Hello, my name is Daniel Stillwell, and I'm the editor of the IFTA e-newsletter. We're here in Spain, and we have with us Sibel Erenel.
Yes.
All right. So let's start off with who you are. So what kind of clinician do you identify as? What does that look like where you work?
I'm a USA, California trained licensed marriage family therapist in California, and also American Association of Marriage Family Therapy approved supervisor. So I got my training in the USA, and currently I work in Turkey, in Istanbul.
Okay.
And that what it means is that put me in kind of one of the most experienced, or put me maybe early on to become a trainer. So I have my own training institute, and I also supervise it to marriage family therapy programs into universities in Turkey.
Okay.
So
All right. So when you see clients, what kind of work do you do?
I have a private practice. So in my private practice, I see mostly couples and families. And among the family work that I do, it's mostly with adolescents who, have some kind of a risk, and also school-aged families with school-aged children.
Okay.
And then also I do individually. I see clients individually.
All right. You are here not just to hang out, but also to give a presentation here at IFTA.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the presentation and the work that you're doing.
My colleague, Nestor Gaziol, and I, we're going to talk about satire online. So, because she was trained with me, and now it's great that we are colleagues, and so she will be the lead presenter. And, the satire model, Virginia Satir is one of the pioneers in family therapy. And so my institute is developed a program in couples and family therapy, but emphasizing and embedded in the satire model. And so we were intrigued initially, I did do online therapy, but when, of course, the pandemic hit, we moved all of our work into online. And of course, one of the concerns of the students or our graduates was, how is satire model going to be in therapy? Because we are very focused on experiential work. And in the experiential work, of course, being in the room together and, having that energetic connection, and, focusing on the client's body experience and so forth is very common. And so we wanted to talk about that it's very possible to do experiential work online, and we get the same good results as we do in face-to-face therapy. So that's what we're going to talk about. So maybe some of the myths or some of the doubts that people might have had, how do we do experiential therapy online? And so we were going to bring our experiences and, some tools that we saw, that was helpful. And of course, in the satire model, the use of self of the therapist, being congruent and being in his or her life energy, is essential for transformational change. And so oftentimes, when we are, oh my God, it's online, what are we going to do? But the biggest component in the therapeutic process is the therapist's own, balance and harmony with her or himself. So that piece is often forgotten, and we want to remind that. So,
okay.
And that's not just for any, it's not just for therapists who do satire model, it's for just any therapist.
But yes.
Or any person in the helping role.
Right. But the experiential therapies being, I guess, harder to translate, and so it's more important to have that.
Exactly. We originally thought that, but experiential doesn't mean that it is, how would I say, like you do an externalized intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So experiential, you just, work with the whole experience, the body, the mind, the cognition, the emotions, and also, the essence of the person. So it's the whole experience in the therapeutic process that we invite the client to tap into. So actually, we do that in, being, in congruence and going along, let's say, in attunement with the client, and inviting the client to, for him or herself, to get that connection. So that's how it becomes more experiential. Sometimes externalized tools like sculpting, or sand trays, or toys and so forth, like play items or metaphors, those help with externalization. That helps experientiality. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like to get the right brain to be tapped into. However, you can do it in many other ways. So I think that in the presentation we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, then, thank you for being here and sharing
Thank
about
you.
that. It's a really cool way to modernize or diversify something that so many family therapists love to do. Let's end with something a little bit fun and more personal to you. You're here in Europe. You've traveled all over the place, Turkey, California. Where in Europe have you not been that you'd love to go?
I haven't been in the Nordic countries like
Mhm.
Sweden and Norway, Denmark.
Mhm.
Those three countries I'm intrigued going.
Okay. Well, then
So next
maybe
IFTA.
we'll have to convince somebody to head north.
Well, I recommended Portugal, but I've been there a lot. That's my third home now.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Sibel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Well,
and we
thank you
appreciate
all,
it.
IFTA family,
Mhm.
and it's great being together in this conference. So I urge everyone to come to Japan.
Yes, next year, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.